Have you ever heard of a neighbor who seemed perfectly healthy, went for a walk in the morning, but was rushed to the hospital by evening because of a sudden heart attack? Every year in the United States, more than 600,000 people lose their lives to heart disease. 600,000. Does that number startle you? What's even more concerning is that most of them said the same thing before it happened. I thought my heart was still fine. After more than 20 years working with older patients, I've realized this. Our hearts don't grow weak because of age. They grow weak because of what we eat every single day. Sometimes the very foods we believe are healthy are quietly clogging our arteries without us even knowing it. Would you like to know which foods are actually protecting your heart and which ones are slowly harming it, bite by bite? Today, I'm going to share with you the 10 best foods for heart health, proven to reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes in people over 60. The best part? You don't need a strict diet or expensive medication. Just by adding a few simple items to your daily meals, you can strengthen and protect your heart many times over. But before we continue, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt dizzy, short of breath, or noticed your heart racing while climbing stairs? Many people dismiss that as a sign of aging, but in reality, it could be your heart's early cry for help. Don't ignore it. If you want me to show you exactly how to eat right for a healthy heart, hit like so I know you're watching, and type the number 1 below if you want to keep your heart as young as it was at 30. But if you're thinking, I'm fine, then keep watching, because the first food I'm about to talk about is something that over 70% of older adults are eating the wrong way every single week. Can you guess what it is? It's the type of food many people think makes you gain weight, but in reality, it's one of the greatest protectors of your heart. Food number 1. Fatty fish, the lifesaver for your arteries. Did you know that eating fish just 2 to 3 times a week can lower your risk of heart attack by nearly 30%? Many people avoid fish because they're worried about cholesterol or the smell, but in truth, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are the silent heroes of your cardiovascular system. These fish are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, the good fats that reduce inflammation, keep artery walls flexible, and prevent blood clots. I remember one of my patients, Mrs. Mary, age 67 from Florida, who was warned about narrowing coronary arteries. After she started adding grilled salmon to her diet 3 times a week, within just 4 months, her triglyceride levels dropped by nearly 40 points. She told me, "Doctor, I feel so much lighter, no more chest tightness when I walk." You see, sometimes heart health doesn't come from medication, it comes from what's on your plate. So let me ask, are you getting enough omega-3s to protect your heart? Now, what do you think the second heart-saving food is? Here's a hint. It's not fish, but it's packed with the same antioxidant power your heart desperately needs.
Food number 2. Berries, the red color of life. When you look at a bowl of bright red strawberries or blueberries, do you feel that burst of energy? These colorful berries are rich in antioxidants and anthocyanins, compounds that make your blood vessels stronger, reduce inflammation, and slow the aging of your heart. I once advised Mr. Robert, 72 from Texas, to start each morning with just half a cup of fresh berries mixed with oatmeal. After 3 months, his blood pressure stabilized, his skin looked brighter, and he said, "I feel 10 years younger." Tiny as they are, berries are nature's gift to your heart. So tell me, have you tried swapping your morning soda for a bowl of fresh berries yet? If you've always thought only green vegetables could protect your heart, stay tuned, because next, I'll show you the grain that can transform the way your heart works every single day. Food number 3, whole grains, the natural key to lowering cholesterol. Many older adults still eat white bread and white rice, thinking, as long as it's low fat, it's fine. But in reality, refined grains cause your blood sugar and cholesterol to spike. Meanwhile, whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread are rich in soluble fiber, which helps remove bad cholesterol, LDL, from your body. I remember Mr. Daniel, age 65, who had very high LDL levels despite following a strict diet. After replacing white bread with whole grain bread, within just 3 months, his LDL dropped by 20%, and he still enjoyed every breakfast without restriction. Easy, right? Sometimes, simply changing your grain can change your heart's future. Have you ever thought that just one different bowl of rice could help save your heart? If not, you'll be even more surprised by the next category: the vegetables that can make your heart feel as young as it did in your 20s. Food number 4. Leafy greens. Nature's natural medicine. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, these aren't just vegetables. They're the shield that protects your arteries. They're packed with natural nitrates that relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and deliver powerful antioxidants. A study found that people who ate leafy greens at least 5 times a week had a 20% lower risk of stroke. I had a patient, Susan, 70 years old, who used to avoid greens because she thought they upset my stomach. After I suggested blending spinach with bananas into a morning smoothie, not only did she get used to the taste, but she also felt less dizzy and started sleeping more deeply. So, are you missing out on your heart's green medicine? And did you know that a tiny snack, one that most people overlook, can actually lower your cholesterol faster than some medications? Food number 5. Nuts. Small snack, big benefits. A handful of almonds, walnuts, or pistachios a day is like a natural prescription for your heart. These nuts are rich in monounsaturated fats, fiber, and vitamin E, all of which help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and raise good cholesterol, HDL. I once met Mr. Henry, 68, who always carried a small bag of nuts instead of cookies. After just a few months, he told me, "I feel more energetic, no more getting tired climbing stairs." His body responded so well that his doctor even reduced his blood pressure medication. So, are you snacking smart for your heart? Because next, we'll talk about a food group many people overlook, yet it's the golden source of protein for older adults. Food number 6. Beans. The golden protein for heart health. Chickpeas, lentils, black beans, red beans, these are nature's version of meat. They're packed with plant protein, fiber, and essential minerals. One of my patients, Martha, age 64, used to eat a lot of red meat because she was afraid of not getting enough protein. After switching to beans 3 times a week, she lost 5 pounds, her blood pressure stabilized, and her cardiologist said, if everyone ate like you, hospitals would have far fewer patients. Do you see how simply changing your main dish can lower your heart risk naturally? And the next food might surprise you. It's a fruit many people avoid because they think it's too fatty. Food number 7. Avocado. Healthy fat, happy heart. We've all heard it before. Avocados are too fattening. But the truth is, the fat in avocados is the good kind, the monounsaturated fats that lower bad cholesterol and raise good cholesterol. Avocados are also rich in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. I remember Mrs. Linda, 70, who often experienced heart palpitations and low energy. After I suggested adding half an avocado to her breakfast every morning, she told me, "I feel clearer, more alert, and I can breathe easier." Have you been avoiding fats so much that you've missed out on this natural heart medicine? Speaking of that beautiful green and red color of avocados, it reminds me of another fruit, bright red and juicy, that almost every household has. Can you guess what it is? Food number 8. Tomatoes, the antioxidant shield for your heart. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a powerful compound that helps lower the risk of heart disease and cleanses your arteries. People who eat tomatoes regularly have up to a 25% lower risk of heart attack. Are you using tomatoes as your natural heart medicine yet? But now comes a food that surprises almost everyone, something you might associate with indulgence rather than health: chocolate.
Food number 9, dark chocolate, a joyful treat for the heart. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But dark chocolate is packed with flavonoids, which help lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce stress. However, only chocolate that contains at least 70% cacao provides these heart benefits. One of my patients, Mrs. Nancy, 66, used to struggle with stress and sleeplessness. I advised her to have a small piece of dark chocolate after dinner. Soon after, she told me, "I'm sleeping better and feeling happier." The heart needs joy too, not just medicine. So when was the last time you treated yourself to a heart-healthy pleasure? And finally, we arrive at the king of healthy fats, a golden ingredient essential for healthy aging.
Food number 10. Olive oil, the king of heart health. If there's one oil that deserves to be called a miracle, it's extra virgin olive oil. It's rich in monounsaturated fats that reduce inflammation, soften artery walls, and improve blood circulation. In the Mediterranean region, home to some of the world's longest-living people, olive oil is used every single day. I once advised Mrs. Mary, the same patient from the beginning of this video, to replace her regular cooking oil with olive oil. After 6 months, she said, "I don't just feel healthier, my skin looks brighter and my mood feels lighter." Olive oil isn't just oil, it's the elixir of longevity. Are you using the right kind of oil to protect your heart? You see, heart health doesn't come from expensive medication or complicated secrets. It comes from the small choices you make, repeated every single day, from your breakfast to your snacks to the type of oil you cook with. Your heart has been working tirelessly for decades. Now it's time to help it rest a little easier. Remember this: growing older does not mean growing sick. If you care for your heart today, it will care for you for many more years to come. If you found this video helpful, please like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you won't miss other tips on how to live healthy, live happy, and live long. And before you go, I have one question for you. Would you like me to make a video showing a 7-day meal plan to naturally lower cholesterol for people over 60? If you do, type "I want it" in the comments, because that's exactly the video I'm preparing just for you.